The Supreme Court today has taken up one of the largest Second Amendment cases ever. Uh, yeah, this is actually great news too. So we have control of the Supreme Court still. So what is being played before the Supreme Court? This could be one of the biggest. This could be one of the biggest losses for the gun control crowd ever.
Robbie, you of all people should know better than that. Don't be so naive. Don't be so naive, dude. Let's take a look at the bad decisions that the Supreme Court ruled in the past. Last year, they dismissed, well, I wouldn't say ruled, but didn't give a damn about people's gun rights. Last year, they dismissed a NYC gun rights case. And look here, from Fox News, Supreme Court just ruled that illegal immigrants can avoid deportation on technicality. Yet you give blind trust and you place your misguided faith on the people who you think protect and preserve your rights, when really you call yourself a freedom fighter. Well, go out there and fight for your rights, literally, in fist fights and gunfights. But of course, I'm going to say this one more time. Most gun owners, they're too pussified to fire the first shot or fire back Civil War, insurrection, or revolution-wise. Yet they're the same people going around saying, oh, it looks like the tree of liberty needs to be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and the blood of tyrants. You know, Raging Rob, I got to tell you something. The Democrats, they won't stop. It doesn't matter if the Supreme Court made the right decision, or they make the wrong decision, or if they make the decision where they respect your rights but at the same time compromised on your rights. The Democrats, they will not stop until these gun control laws, bullshit, bogus gun control laws, are implemented. The liberals, they won't stop marching up and down the streets and protests and riots, loot the stores and all that. They won't stop until these gun control laws are implemented. And they will continue to go on their gun control and racial equality crusade on social media and these protests and riots. Like I said, don't be so naive. And you of all people should know better than that.
This could be one of the majorest blows to these gun control liberals ever.
I'm pretty sure majorist is not a word, but okay, whatever.
The Supreme Court, including what's her name, Amy something, I can't remember her name. I'm bad with names. They're taking up a case. They're taking up something, and they're going to look at it, and they're going to rule on something, and I think it's going to work to our favor. So this could be a major blow for these Democrats. So just stay tuned to what's happening.
For those of you wondering what he's talking about, since he didn't even bother to tell you as the viewer what the Supreme Court is ruling on, in a major foray into gun rights, the Supreme Court on Monday agreed to review a case testing how far states may go in regulating whether an individual may carry a gun outside the home. You know, Raging Rob, not too long ago, you told me to do, you said this. Reaper, you need to do some research. You do some research. That's exactly what you told me to do. So why don't you go by your own advice? Tell your viewers what the Supreme Court is going to rule on, make a decision on.
Donald Trump said that the best is yet to come. He wasn't fucking lying. This guy knows what he's talking about. He's smart.
You mean the same guy who said, and I quote, his words, not mine, but he said, and I quote, take the guns first and worry about due process later, end quote. And then he said, take the guns early, blah, blah, blah. And then after he said that, Mike Pence and the NRA got on him and chewed his ass out pretty bad. And that's when he backpedaled, retracted what he said, and all of a sudden he's gone back to being pro 2A again. And then, not only that, Donald Trump wanted the bump stocks to be banned after the Las Vegas shooting. He said, take the guns first and worry about due process later after the Parkland shooting, dude. Does that sound like it's someone who's pro Second Amendment? Not in my book, but is Donald Trump smarter than the liberals? Is he much more intelligent than the liberals and the Democrats? Yes. Is he much more intelligent than the Republican and Libertarian politicians? Not up for me to decide or say, but that's debatable.
So we don't have a president. Our country's on life support, but we're kicking back. So 2022 is going to be a major turning point in this country. I feel it. But I really do believe that we're going to flip Michigan back red, and we're going to get a new governor. The California signatures in California, they're recalling the governor of California right now. They got enough signatures to recall the governor in California, so things are changing. People are waking up to the tyranny. You know, one thing this pandemic has done, it really exposed the tyrants. The one thing that this pandemic has done is really drawn that line between crazy liberal and freedom fighter. Which side are you on? You can't be in the middle no more. You have to pick a side. Are you a freedom fighter or are you a crazy liberal? There's a side, pick one. You can't go in the middle no more. And that's what this pandemic has done.
Gonna have to agree with you there. I mean, the coronavirus pandemic has exposed a lot of people as tyrants. But part of being a freedom fighter, Raging Rob, is exactly what it means. A freedom fighter means you fight for your rights. None of this pussy ass bullshit you vote and you peacefully protest and participate in these pro 2A rallies, which ain't gonna do a damn thing. Or suing the powers that be, that's also not gonna do a damn thing. But yeah, I agree with you. The coronavirus pandemic has exposed a lot of people as tyrants.
It's actually exposed all the tyrants. So that's a good thing. So this pandemic has actually done a good thing for this country. Expose all the evil tyrants, and now their ass. We're holding them accountable, and we're getting their asses out of office one by one. We're taking them down. So it's a process. It's going to take a while, but be patient. Freedom is not free.
Says the guy who titled the video, Civil War is brewing in Virginia. And then you said in the same video, oh, well, you know what they did to tyrants back in the old days? They just drug them around the streets, paraded them around the streets, bloodied and all that kind of stuff. And not to mention, you said earlier on in that video, something about some old man who was running as a sheriff. No disrespect, but he shouldn't be running as a sheriff. Who do you to tell someone else that he or she is too old to run as a sheriff? Huh? Wow. You know, as far as being patient, that's the reason why we're in this situation right now. Not to mention complacency. Patience and complacency is the reason why we're in this situation right now. You know what the U.S. government used at Waco and Ruby Ridge against the Branch Davidians? Against Randy Reaver, his friend, and his family? They used force. Maybe it's about time that we, the people, use the same force against the U.S. government that they've been using against us. It's like I said, most gun owners, they're too pussified to fire the first shot or fire back. All those people threatening civil war, how about you say what you fucking mean? I keep saying this. You all want to hear what you want to hear, but you don't want to hear what needs to be said. Everybody says they're a patriot until it's time to do patriot shit.